Alright, let's start with this printer. I just got this printer. It's in pretty bad shape. I have to clean it up. This is the DMP 130. I did get it working, but if you notice, it's a dot matrix printer, but this one's really rare because it has a color ribbon. This one is my Tandy 1000. It's the beginning of the Tandy 1000 series. This is the Tandy 1000 HD. You can get that model. This is the third version of the Tandy 1000 series. This one originally had a 10 megabyte hard drive. This one has a 20 megabyte hard drive in it, but it's starting to fail. It also comes with a 360K floppy drive. This one here is the Tandy 1000EX. It is a little faster. It's 7.16. Oh, looks like she's booting. So she boots directly into a memory manager that I have that's called Direct Access 5. She should boot right up to it. There it is. Now this one here runs off a floppy disk, which is off in the corner. It has one 360K and then one 720K floppy right there. Now this mouse is kind of cool. It's got a big steel ball on it, so it's really heavy. And it runs off a joystick port off of this one. This one does not have any mouse. This is basically a stripped down model. I upgraded the RAM on it, and that's all I did. It is showing you the cheapest type of Tandy computer that you could buy at the time. This was released back in 1985, 86, right around there. And she sold for less than $1,000 for a computer back then. That was relatively cheap. Now this one here is the greatest model ever sold, most sold computers. This is the Tandy 1000 SX. It is also running 8088 7.6 megahertz, just like the Tandy EX, but as you notice, it has a floppy 720 in the front, 360 in the front. Also has a mouse running off the game port. This has a math coprocessor, and it has a hard disk card, and I'm going to show you later what they look like. But by far, this is the biggest selling computer that Tandy ever sold. Now this one here looks identical to that one, but if you look closely, you'll see subtle changes. Like for instance, look at the front of that one. No floppy drives. And then the front of this one. They moved the floppy drives. They took the 360K that's over there in the corner, and they got rid of it. You have the option of going to 720Ks. And then you can put an external 360K on it if you want. And this one is running a color monitor. This is actually running a high resolution CM11. It is populated with 640K RAM. But I wanted to show you this. That's the hard disk. I was able to put a hard card on this machine with an external kit adapter. There was a third-party kit adapter. And that's how this machine is running. Now you will see versions of this hard drive in a hard drive card. It's inside that machine, inside this machine, and it's inside this machine. So let's move to the Tandy 1000 TX, by far my favorite, because it basically runs the same architecture as the rest of these, 8-bit architecture, but they put a 286 CPU in it, and it also has a math coprocessor in it, as well as it has 640K, and for the first time ever, you could put an additional 128K devoted to just RAM. So this has a total of 648K RAM in it. She has a clock speed of 7.5 megahertz, and her graphics processing is 761 characters a minute. A millisecond, which is far greater than all of these machines. So by far this one was the fastest Tandy, and it was released right around the same time as the rest of these. So if you wanted a fast, quite superior machine, this was the one to get. This one runs the same type of mouse, except it is a serial port mouse. And if you look at the screen, you should see the mouse move. Okay, then we are over to the Tandy TL3. This is still the 1000 series, and there was several versions of the TL. This is the last version of the TL series. This one has high density floppy drives. You see them right there, 1.44. Also has 760K RAM, and it is also a 286 8 megahertz machine, or excuse me, 10 megahertz machine. But this one's proprietarily 16-bit architecture. But what's really cool about this machine is it also has the capability of running an internal CD-ROM, which was really new back then and quite expensive. This one is kind of hard to get out. I have to do some filing. It is actually a Tandy CD-ROM too. It's an original RadioShack, official RadioShack. It is not powered. I mean, as far as opening the bay, it's all manually controlled, which is really funny. Single speed, push button, everything. You have to push button to get it to work. This one I think is probably next to my TX, this is my next favorite, only because it's just super fast for this line of computers. This one came out just a few years later than that one did, and it was trying to keep up with the race of all the others. This one is the first machine to run in the series. There's a lot of RLs out there, but this is the last of the RLs, or in this case, the RSX. She's running a VGA monitor. It's a Tandy VGA 220, but she's also running a Tandy CDR 3100, which is really kind of cool. And you can see it's also running the Tandy MSN 10 speakers. So she's a true 386. It's very compact, extremely tiny. But this one has 420 megabyte hard drive, so it's considered to sizes in hard drives. All the rest of these are down the line are either 20 or 30 megs. The TL3 is a 20 card. That's a 30 card disk card, like that. There, those are all my models down there. I just threw them down there. I need to sort through them one day. So by far, this is the fastest and the last of the Tandy 1000 series, and she is a beast as far as her speed. Do not let her size fool you. She's fast, lean, and mean. She's running a math coprocessor, and check this out. I told you the speeds earlier of the TX. This one has a 32. It's a 25 megahertz CPU, but it actually clocks out at 32.27 megahertz. The Mathco clocks out at 55.38 megahertz because it is a true 386 Mathco, and it's a DX Mathco, not an SX, so it doesn't run on an 8-bit bus. But the GPU graphics port unit is 3,181 characters a millisecond. All just about over triple of what the TX will pull out. So it is a very, very, very fast, very, very powerful machine. Love this unit. As you can see, it's the only one of these series that can truly show you, even though they're all running the same DirectAccess 5 manager, this one here is the one that can show you the VGA screensaver picture. Next video, I'm going to show you some of my rarer machines that came out for Tandy. But for now, these are all the 1000 series.